What's up? Welcome back to the channel. I know you guys have been waiting quite some time for the reveal of my new bedroom. And I have to be honest with you guys, the footage of me doing the bedroom was about 2 years old. I redid this bedroom 2 years ago. And editing the footage and then like doing other things and living my life, it just wasn't on the priority list. And I put out several other videos since then, but finally you guys get to see the reveal of my bedroom. And I have made a few other changes since we finished it completely, and I still have some other things that I want to do, but I thought, you know what, I just gotta hurry up and get this video out here because I know you guys have been waiting for it. And you just saw the reveal of the bedroom. I'm going to go through and talk about and detail a lot of the things that I did in the room. And just, you know, touch on like a lot of things that you guys saw me do and some of the like details of all the things that are going on in the room. I have had a lot of time to sleep in this room and to spend in this room. It's been, like I said, almost 2 years since I redid it. And I just was holding on to the footage, and I thought, well, you guys have been asking me to share it, and I thought, well, let me just go ahead and share it. But I have enjoyed living in this room. It is my sanctuary. When I first moved into this place, this was the last room, by the way, that I redid. This room was the last room that was bright white. There are no other rooms in my home that have white walls. This was the last of them. And I live in basically a glass house. And the sun comes beaming in. As you can see, the sun is beaming in right now, even with the curtains a little bit cracked. Especially around the winter time. Around this time of year, the sunlight comes flooding in. And I like to watch the sun rise, but I would end up with a bright room, and it was just crazy. Even at nighttime, it was just still just way too bright. And I was just like, what am I going to do? And the rest of my place, all the walls are black. And I thought, well, what am I going to do in here? And it just so happens, because I did this room 2 years ago. And it just so happens that this year, deep burgundies and like deep reds and like these dark rooms have become like really trendy. And I'm like, I was already doing this. I already did this. And I had already been living in this room, and I had already been color drenching. So it was just crazy that that became the trend. And so I did color drench the room. And I've loved it. It's been amazing. I tell everybody, like, I sleep in a cave. It is kind of a cave, but everyone that walks in is like, it's so sexy. It feels like you're in a hotel. And that was the goal. I wanted it to be sexy. I wanted it to be a mix of feminine and masculine. I wanted it to be very hotel-like. And it's funny because I'm not a hotel snob. And it's funny when people are like, how could you not be a hotel snob? You travel all the time. You travel for work, when you're doing on the road, and when you're on tour, when you're doing shows. And for me, it's just sort of like, I live in a hotel. Why do I need to? I'm not a hotel snob. I mean, I like nice hotels, but I created it for myself. So I'm going to just go in and show you some of the details in here. So in case anybody wanted to know, or they missed it in the video while I was picking the color for the room, the name of the color is marooned. Marooned, like maroon with the ED on the end of it. And it is what I would describe as a true maroon. Sometimes it looks very burgundy and like a deep, rich burgundy, like it looks right now. Sometimes it looks like a chocolate brown, and sometimes it actually looks very purple. It kind of changes throughout the day. I get a lot of sunlight in this room, which is so it can take it. It's not a big room at all, as you saw as I was redoing the room. And by the way, if you haven't seen those videos yet, feel free to go back and watch them. They're on my channel, and they're also in the playlist. But I color drenched the room and decided to do all of the walls and the doors. There are 4 doors in this very tiny bedroom. I actually like a tiny bedroom. When I stay in hotels, I do not like a very bright, excuse me, I do not like a very, well, I do keep it dark in the bedroom, but in the hotel room, but I do not like a very large bedroom or large hotel room. I like to see one way in and one way out. I lock myself in there, especially when I'm on the road. There have been times when my manager, Shay, and I have gotten to an event or we're on tour, and they give me a really big room, and they're like, "Oh, we got you a suite, Miss Knox," and they think they're doing a great thing, and I'm just like, "Thank you so much." And then I say, look at Shay, and I'm like, "You know, we're switching, right?" Because she is a hotel snob, and she likes a very large, expansive room, and she just loves it. And I'm just like, I want to feel cocooned in the room, and so that's kind of what I have here at home. So yeah, the walls are drenched. As you can see, the color is like on all the doors. There's a door here, a door there, a door there, and a door over here. There's two entrances into my bedroom, one into the bathroom and one from the living area, the living room. And there's a big closet behind me that I turned into a makeup room, and then there's another closet there that is closed. And yeah, so I decided to paint everything, including, and there were a lot of bulkheads in here, as you saw when I was redoing the room. And those bulkheads were just annoying because you didn't know when to stop the paint. But I decided to paint partially the ceilings and all the bulkheads where it dropped down. And I think I did a good job for where I stopped the paint. I think I did a good job. Yeah. Now, I caught myself trying to match the room today, but these maroon pants are showing up very magenta on, so try not to be distracted by them. I guess I kind of do still go with the flowers back there. I'm really into large bouquets of flowers. I'm into like huge oversized trees and big giant like floral arrangements, and so I decided to do that hovering over the bed and over on one of the nightstands with this really tall vase that I got from like Home Goods, and their faux flowers. But I want to make them even bigger. I want to make them go like all the way to the ceiling and like really hover over the upholstered wall. But for now, this is how big they are. It's quite a few. And I got some of those from Michael's, some of those from Amazon, various places. And yeah, I love the way it looks. On my nightstand, there is a skull that my sister got me. I think that skull is made of wax, and that skull was we got that, I think, at like, what was it, West Elm? Yeah, a few seasons ago, but it just happened to be Halloween, and of course I collect skulls, and it was wax. She didn't even know that I was redoing my room, and she was like, "Oh, I'm getting you that," and so she got me that skull. And so it's sitting on the nightstand with some books that happened to match the decor. One of the books did not match the decor, and I covered it in a faux crocodile that just happened to be a burgundy color. Now, I have been loving sleeping in my bed. It is the same mattress, the same bed, the headboard, the upholstered wall, the light above the upholstered wall. Absolutely amazing. It's great, like a nice little, like, as I'm going to bed, it's like the last light that I turn off. It's remote control. It's an LED strip, and it is very, I love that it's very, like, it gives me like a very cozy vibe. When that light, I can dim it down, and then as I'm falling asleep, or sometimes I watch videos or I'm scrolling through Instagram or something as I'm going to bed, which is probably not the best thing in the world, but I mean, hey. But it is the last thing that I can just remote control, like turn it off. The lights by my bed are always on dimmer. They're never on full brightness. They're on full brightness right now for the sake of this video, but they never are. So the bedding is all custom made, of course, custom made by me. All the pillows, this is like a 16-inch pillow, I think, here. It's fabric that I got from a fabric store and custom made myself, just like I custom made the headboard. So it's not anything that I can tell you where to buy. I just happened to find the fabric. And I like to do this thing. This is what I really like to do when I'm making pillows. Pillows, you don't need that much fabric. You need like half a yard sometimes. And so I don't mind spending a lot of money on the fabric and it being a really expensive, beautiful fabric because I know I don't need that much of it. And so, yeah, that's what the fabric is. The actual duvet cover is stuffed with two king size. I have a queen size bed, but they're stuffed with two king size. Is a king size duvet. And that's a hack that I think a lot of people know now, to buy a oversized, like if you have a full size bed, buy a queen size duvet. If you have a queen size bed, buy a king size duvet. Or if you have a king size bed, buy a cow king duvet. And it just feels much more luxurious. I have it stuffed, it's overstuffed with two duvets, duvet inserts. And they are both king size also. And so it's really plush. I keep it very cold at night. And so I like it dark and cold and very like, yeah, it's amazing. So that's something that I absolutely love. And it's very great in the wintertime also. All right. Excuse me, but it's dark in here. But I had to come over by the light, and it's like, but it gives you a look of like how moody it looks and how cool it looks in here at night. I did end up changing the curtains to a very dark brown, and I absolutely love that I did that, because they're the same curtains that I had before. I just switched them to dark brown. That would have, once I got in the room and realized this is not going to work. Like, these curtains have to be dark. So that's what I did. I changed the curtains to dark, and the other nightstand over there has the marble top that I custom made a bottom to go to. And yeah, the curtains just work, and they have blackout, so it makes it super dark in here. The great thing about this room now is it's soundproof. So if I'm in here sleeping with my white noise machine or my white noise app on, I can't hear anything anywhere else happening. Like, it's awesome. And I can make as much noise in here as I want to. I should tell you, this this color did take 4 coats of paint. It is a very rich color. I'm a very big stickler when it comes to paint. I like for it to be extremely like saturated and like well painted. And since I have been living in this room for the last 2 years, I did recarpet, because there is carpet in here. There's hardwood floors throughout and tile in the rest of the home, but there is, I have new carpet, and so when they were installing the carpet, they scratched, because they just did that this year, they scratched up my walls, so I have to still go back and touch up where they scratched up some of the baseboards, because the baseboards, the casings, everything is all the same color. And as you can see, this color is really rich. I have the 2 paintings behind me, not paintings, excuse me, those are pictures that I had printed in black and white, and just little small frames placed on the wall. And this is the door that goes into my bathroom, which you guys will see, and you might have seen in like Instagram posts and stuff, but you will see. I'll give like a whole tour of it, because I did film that. So if you want to see that, I can show you the filming of that. But I redid that bathroom a long time ago. And it was back at a time where I wasn't sure the direction I wanted my channel to go, and it wasn't, decor wasn't fitting in at the time. And now it's just kind of like a miscellaneous content. But yeah, I'm so happy with this room and the way it turned out. There is a few more projects to go. I mean, obviously you guys are missing a whole wall where like the dresser is. It's a mess over there right now. I'm going to do a whole built-in thing over there, and like where the plant is. I still have a place that I want to put a chandelier or like a light fixture, like a small light fixture that's kind of girly here, because there's just a regular like light that I never really use. Like, it looks, and it gives off the strangest light. Look, it changes the color of the wall. But anyway, I'll do that eventually. But yeah, I've loved the room so much, and thank you so much for watching. And thank you for bearing with me. I try to be a little bit more on time. But thank you for watching the other content that's come in the meantime. And as I make other changes, little things, I'll show you guys. There's a few light switches that need to be switched out to the right color, so they blend into the wall and you don't see them. And then a dimmer switch once I finally get that chandelier up there too. And yeah, But that's been pretty much it. Well, that concludes the tour of my not so new bedroom. I love you guys so much for watching. Be sure to click like and subscribe, and please comment. A lot of you just watch and don't comment, or watch and don't subscribe. I would really love if you subscribe, because I'm really trying to get to 8,000 subscribers. And also, I love reading your comments, and I always comment back. Like, for the people that comment all the time, thank you so much. You know that I always respond back. I'm not someone that just doesn't read the comments. I do, and I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate, all your love and support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.